I don't think there's anything wrong with giving up on women, with like just walking away. I think that's the only option really left to men. And I think it is the most masculine option at this point. Because this world of all women dominating and just obliterating dudes on a cell phone digitally, behind this digital wall that protects them. You know, you get a woman in person, they can't hide behind time delays. If you ask them a question, they have to come up with an answer. They can't hide their emotions. You know, what if they, all their emotions, all their crazy moods and mood swings and emotions, if you're sitting right across from them having a conversation with them, they have to hold it together. They have to hold it together. Also, anything that any slip that they make, if they're not real, if they're maybe not as good as they purport themselves to be on an Instagram story or on a Snapchat story, if they're not who they are in their, those curated pictures with the perfect outfit and with the perfect caption and tagline, when you get them actually real and it's real time, it is in real time. That's the wonderful thing about physical reality, is you can actually see what somebody is made of. You can see if somebody actually really has it or not. That's why women don't like physical reality now. Now that there's a digital imaginary reality, that's where women dominate. That's where they love it there. They love it there because that is fantasy world. They dominate there, bro. And I think we as men, you don't go and fight the enemy in their territory, do you? If you want to win the war, just look at the American Revolution, bro. Them fucking idiots over there, the fucking king's men, wearing all them, red coat, nice velvet outfits and shit. Came over here, thought they were something, thought they were hot shit. We beat them like it was nothing. Just a bunch of degenerates. Just a bunch of anons that just pick up a fucking rock. Learning how to shoot. I learned how to shoot 3 days ago, bro. You know what I mean? And we sent them back across the ocean. Just killed them. Because they came into our territory. Them dudes thought it was a good idea to come into our territory. Look at what we did in Vietnam, bro. We went there, we got our asses whooped. We said, hell with that, bro. Ain't going back to the Vietnam jungle. Hell nah, bro. They know that shit. You don't go in, if you want to win, you don't go into their territory. You don't play into their advantage. Women today have the advantage in the digital space. I don't care if it's over text or Snapchat or Instagram or whatever. That is their world, bro. That is their world. And personally, me, I don't delve into it at all. Period. I'm not doing it because I see it. I see it clear as day. Oh, yeah. No. Done. Completely done. I see what they're doing in the digital, behind the digital walls. Nope. Nope. If I deal with women, it's going to be face to face. And yes, I'm not like, oh, I'll never text a woman. Okay, I can text her to set up something. set up something face to face, but that would be the only reason. There would be no conversations. I'm not having conversations with women on a phone. That's just not happening. I'm not doing it. You can do it. I wouldn't advise it. I think that it's time men realize that we got to bring, if we want to win, because I think there's some sort of war going on between men and women. Holy shit. Kind of is, huh? If we want to win, I mean, this is a man's world. Women are just living in it, bro. There's really no competition if we don't want there to be. We let our balls fill. We get that semen in our brain. We become highly masculinized. We see through all their BS and we say, hey, we don't even need y'all that bad anymore. We're not even lust driven anymore, so we don't even need to be scrolling on the explore page on Insta. We're not even caught by thirst traps anymore. All their videos and thongs and yoga pants, doing all these stupid dances and shit, jiggling their asses and their tits in sports bras to like some Bruno Mars song. Like, we're not looking at that anymore. The dudes that you want aren't even on this site anymore. They're not even here. The only dudes that you're dancing for are in a basement in, Bosnia, if that's even a country anymore. And they weigh 400 pounds. And they just finished their third Big Mac in 30 minutes. Yeah, girl. You go, girl. Keep shaking that thing for all the absolute slumlord dogs, lust hounds of the world, living in filth and squalor, living in the shadows, filthy, greasy men. That's who you're dancing for, bitch. That's who you're dancing for. All the actual good men don't even use Instagram. I don't even have an Instagram, bro. Nor a Snapchat, nor a TikTok, nor a Facebook, nor nothing. Nothing, bro. I have this YouTube where I make videos like this telling everybody to not use those things. And that women are absolutely insane. And I need to get my shit out, helps me get my shadow out too. A little shadow work, Because Carl Jung says that's important. Gotta let the shadow come out to feed. Can't be ashamed of him. Gotta give him some love. Gotta incorporate him into your identity. If there even is such a thing. But, bro, these women, in real time, when you're sitting across from them, they can't, they're either it or they're not. And I'm telling you, a lot of you guys, it's not that women don't want to talk to you. It's that they can't. I think, honestly, there's so many men out here that are getting, especially the ones that are letting their balls fill, all y'all are just a different breed. You're just a different breed. You're a man that doesn't come around every single day. You're not most men out here. You got so much more masculine charge, so much more power within you that women are not, they're just not used to it. They're not equipped. They didn't grow up around it. It's almost like they've never known it. And I think that these women, they see that when you're talking to other people or when they observe you from afar and they see what kind of shit you're on, They see how you conduct yourself. They see the conversations that you're carrying with other people. They see that you're just sharp, that you're articulate, that you're funny, that you're intelligent. They see this and they're like, oh shit. They got none of that. All they got is C cups and an ass that looks absolutely amazing in yoga pants. And they do their makeup very well. And they really know how to pose with Starbucks in a picture. You know what I mean? And they know how to, kind of get your eye, but then kind of, you come over and talk to them, and then they just kind of act like they're better than you, act like they're not really interested. Bro, it's all, I'm telling you, they're not even, it's not that they don't want to talk to you in that scenario. It's that they literally can't. That if they try to talk to you, the more that they talk to you, the more that you'll just be like, oh. Yeah, I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Yeah. Especially dudes that have their balls full and dudes that are, um, they're knowledgeable, they're hip to these just games that women play. They just can't do anything to you, bro. Or if they say stuff, if they actually show who they really are, you're just gonna be like, okay, you're gonna be seeing like, okay, that's a red flag, that's a red flag. Like as they talk, literally as they talk, you're like, oh, this is getting worse. This is getting worse. You try to say something, like you're trying to say something to see if they have this sort of the same sense of humor, and they don't, and then say something like kind of insightful and they don't really pick up on it. They're just kind of like dead, just kind of like brain dead. It's like, okay, maybe not. But you don't realize these things when they're behind their digital wall. You only realize these things when it's actually real, when you're sitting across from them in a bar or at a coffee shop or wherever. You only realize it when they're actually toe to toe with you. I've talked to women that are actually impressive. I worked with one at my old serving job. Yeah, ideally, she was not ideal. Looking back on it, maybe I should have given her a little more of a shot. Maybe her face and her body. I don't know. She had some tits. She did have some tits, but she just had no ass and just kind of skinny. And we are men at the end of the day. We want something that's. I mean, her face wasn't that bad, but bro, when she spoke, she was fun to talk to. She was fun to talk to. It was like, damn, like we interfaced. It was like witty, it was intelligent, it was quick, it was sharp. It was like, yes, you're enjoyable to talk to. Hell yeah. Very nice. Very nice. White girl. I don't know if that's relevant, but she had a very good corporate job though. She just did that job on the side. So she was like on her Miss Independent type shit, probably hella masculine. It's kind of probably why I didn't kind of go into it, didn't pursue it, just because I was like, you're probably just masculine as hell. Probably just be really difficult. Probably be a good time, but really difficult. It's like these days you got to pick a good time, but really difficult, or, terribly boring, just mind-numbingly terrible, but, pleasant. They'll kind of just do what you say. But I'm telling you, we gotta move we just have to move away from their territory. Like, completely just walk away from that. There's nothing wrong with just walking away. It's just being like, yeah, we're not doing that. I feel like that's the only masculine thing to do, is just be like, yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah, we see all these things that you guys are doing on the phone, and we see that all you all are trying to, fake like you're something amazing. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're just kind of done with that. We kind of see everything that's going on. And so we as men, we have to, if you can't beat them at the game, then you end it. Then you just end the game. You don't play it. You don't play the game, right? If you can't beat them at their own game, then don't play. We just don't play. That's what we as men do. We just don't play. Oh, that's a cute little game that you guys are playing. Oh, yeah. You guys are really good at that game. Wow. You guys are killer at that game. Any guy that tries to play this game, you guys are just wrecking him. Wow. Yeah. We're not going to play that game. What? What do you mean? No, we're not going to play that. Why would you let a woman beat you at anything? Don't let women beat you, bro. It should be just very obvious. Like, oh yeah, no. We're just gonna, I promise you, the woman that you're looking for, or the woman that you're eventually gonna end up with, is not even a woman that's on social media. She probably doesn't have social media. There are women out there like this, bro. They don't have social media. Women exist like this. Yes. That's probably who's going to be the one for you. But even then, damn, that was some serious thunder. But even then, it's like, you don't even really care about finding her anyway. We're just in that mode. We're just in that mode where it's like, I mean, we don't really care anyway. We're just so, we're so focused, we're so dead set on just building ourselves into the best men that we can be internally, because that will create externally, but internally is the priority. Become real, become battle tested, let life mold you. Sit in that fire every single day. Let the balls fill, sit in that fire. Let the balls fill, sit in the fire. Again, keep going back to it. Keep going back to the fire and just sit in it. But dude, it's burning you up. It's lighting you on fire. It's tearing your flesh. Yeah, I'm gonna just go sit in it. Again, bro? Again? No, bro. Here's a Heineken. Come on, bro. Just stay. Just chill around the fire. Just like, you just need to chill around it. Here's a blunt. And here's a Stella. Just take a load off, bro. I'll play some Mac Miller. Nah, bro, I'm gonna just sit in it. I'm just walk into it and just sit in the fire, bro. Bro, what are you doing? That's not gonna do anything. That's crazy. Nobody does that. No, I'm just gonna do it, bro. You just become an absolute titan. Just a titan. Just do that. And let women, most women are just too far gone. You have to just let them, it's almost like they'll just let them go dance for just slobs, that just scroll behind a screen and just jerk off all the time. Go let them do that, because they're awful anyway. And most women, I would say 95% of women, will go that way. And they will be dancing and doing things and doing imaginary things and living in imaginary worlds and having imaginary dealings with men Some of these men might even be imaginary themselves. You know, there's so many bots and stuff. Just let them literally light themselves on fire. Just absolute mass suicide of women on social media. That's where they'll just go to just rot and die. And then men who actually see that all that's just bullshit, we just go our separate way. We stay in physical reality, we stay in real reality. We only deal with women that are also in physical reality, dealing in physical reality, that are built real themselves. And we'll just be like, the 2 or 1% of the world. What's wrong with that? I'm telling you, bro, there ain't nothing good on. If a woman has, it's almost like, I'm almost to the point where it's like, if a woman has social media, no. It's a no. It's a no for me. You know? Bro, women back in tribal times, back in even 17th century, 18th century England, if a woman back in the era of Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen times, is that the Renaissance? I don't know. I think the Renaissance was maybe a little before. Not sure. Not a historian, but bro, back in those times, a woman, if she entertained 10 men in the span of a year or in the span of her lifetime, she would be considered a whore. Everybody would label her around the city. There were names for women like that. They were whores, sluts, whores, shame. The woman that you work with, that works at Outback down the street, or the woman that gave you your order at the drive-thru of McDonald's, she's dealt with 1,000 men, probably in like the last week. Okay, maybe that's a stretch, but she's dealt with, bro, they're probably dealing with hundreds in their DMs, in all their DMs, bro. They're dealing with hundreds. Some of these women, thousands, multiple thousands. You know what I mean? But nobody knows. Nobody knows that this is how many men that they're dealing with. It's all a secret. Nobody knows. If you knew how, bro, the woman that you're crushing on right now, that you think it's really good, and you guys have gone on a date or two, and you went to go see a movie last week, and she hasn't texted back for 3 days, and you're kind of wondering what's going on, bro, she has 50 dudes, at least. If she's halfway good looking, she has 50 dudes on the phone, just ready at a moment's notice. But you think that she's like a good girl. You think that she's good. You think that, oh yeah, this is my chick. It's like, no, bro, she's a slut. She's a hoe. But she's secret. Everything's secret now. Women can be massive whores and sluts nowadays. And nobody knows that they are. That's the beauty of social media. Or beauty's not the right word, but you get what I mean. I just don't think that I don't think that we play this. I don't think that we do this. I think that we just let it go rot. Let it take its, it's almost like that'll just become, it's almost like social media becomes the place for just degenerates and hoes. And if a woman, it's almost like if a woman has a social media, it's like there will be certain levels of society where, if a woman has a social media, you're like, oh, for the select few that know, it's like, oh, she's a no-go. You know what I mean? We gotta do our own shit. We make the world. Women want to like have some sort of power today and make it like a woman's world. No, bro. We make the world. We make the rules. We make the game. And we ain't playing that. That's a cute little game that you guys have. Unfortunately, we don't play it. So it's kind of irrelevant, isn't it? It's kind of stupid because we don't play that game. We do reality. You want to do some reality? No, that's what I thought. Anyway, that's it. That's the video.